So something a bit different this month. I'm going to do a full face of all my favourite products used in February, most of them brand new, a couple of them digging back into favourites that work well with the brand new products. And this will include a big surprise for me for a product that really didn't work and it's actually become a favourite, so I can't wait to show you the look that this is now giving me that I really love. So anyway, if you're new here, my name's Hannah, I'm 47, not a professional, just somebody that loves makeup so much, and here on my channel I like to share that passion with you and share any product news, tips, looks, anything I think you might be interested in. I have fair to light neutral skin with combination, mostly dry, but I do have a bit of an oily T-zone, if that's helpful to you. Anyway, if you think that's something that interests you, please do like and subscribe below. It really helps my channel. And if you could just comment below, even if it's just to say hello, anything at all, that really does help me to get seen on YouTube, which I'm trying so hard to work on at the moment. Anyway, onto the video. So my face is completely blank at the moment, and this is something I do every single time before I start anything. This is the Delilah Lip Saviour. I just want you, this isn't a new product by the way, this came out in the summer. I just had to show you because I use it every single day and I've never mentioned it, I don't think, on this channel, apart from when I did a dedicated video for it. So look at my lip colour now. My lips are very dry this morning and they're very pale. And just look how that will change as I talk throughout the video. It's a lovely cooling metal tip, the applicator, which is lovely to use. It's worth noting I've had this since it launched in the summer. I use it every single day and I've still got plenty left, so this really is value for money. Now this will give me the moisture I need, and by the end of my makeup I will just have exactly the right amount so that whatever I put on top works just perfectly. And I find this is really good, especially with matte lipsticks, because I need that little bit of moisture beneath rather than just on top. So what it also does is it enhances the colour of your natural lips. So can you see already I'm starting to get a much nicer natural pinky tone to my lips because they were so pale around the outer edges. So this is perfect for that natural no makeup day. But for me, I use it every single day regardless, whether it's a no makeup day, a light makeup day, a huge makeup day. This is how I start and I love it. Now for primer, I was going to use this new one from Iconic London, which I've really been enjoying. This is their new Velvet Smooth one, and this really does blur out all of my pores fantastically. So this is an excellent one. So I wanted to just mention that, but I'm not going to be using it. I'm actually using this primer. This is the Victoria Beckham Moisturising Primer. Its actual name is Cell Rejuvenating Priming Moisturiser. Now this didn't release recently, but they did release their double cleanser in the last week, which I bought. So I decided to buy the whole skincare range, which I will have a video coming out for you soon to show you. But I've been using this for the first time in golden. Just one pump of this is plenty for me, because it does have quite a bit of colour, but this is working so well for me right now with my foundations, which I've been struggling with a lot with my winter dry skin. And when I use this, touch wood, every foundation I've tried has worked. It gives me a sort of locked in glow, a locked in moisture. It gives me a balanced skin tone as I apply it, as it sinks in. Well, this doesn't offer any blurring properties, so that's something to think about if using this, but then I'll be using a powder today, as I usually do, which will be able to do that for me. And for me, it's worth sacrificing that for using this, because this is just perfect. Making my foundations finally work. You can get this in clear, which I've actually ordered because I love this so much. I went straight on and ordered the clear so I can start using that one in the evening as part of my full Victoria Beckham routine, because I'm loving it. And while that's drying, I'll go on to do my brows, and I've got this brand new from Benefit. This is the Precisely My Brow Wax, and I've got shade 2.5 neutral blonde, sorry. And this is how the applicator is. And my brows have actually started to grow so well since I've been using a serum on them. I don't actually do an awful lot with them, so I start off by just brushing up with this, creating a bit more colour, a bit more definition. It nicely separates the lashes. And using a bit of micellar water on a Q-tip, I then go and push the edges down where I want them and take away any excess product that would interfere with my foundation. And once this brow wax sets down, it will not budge. It will stay firm all day until you wash it off in the evening, as with most Benefit products. So I really like that this has a bit of colour because this is a really good way of doing a quick brow look. And shade 2.5 Neutral Blonde is a perfect match if you have the same eyebrow colour as me. I do struggle a lot with getting the right matches for my eyebrows, and I've managed to get the same match with this other new product from Benefit. This is their new My Brow Detailer. This is in shade 3 Warm Light Brown. Now I don't even know if the camera, I think it is actually, can you see, if I roll this up a bit more, how fine this tip is? This is the finest tip I've ever seen for an eyebrow. And I'll just use this to neaten up the bottom by creating a slight line, and then just putting in a few lines here where I don't have any. I would say I would fill the rest of the brow, but as I said, I'm now using this serum which is fantastic, and my brows have just grown back and they're really full, so I just don't really need to add anything to them at the moment, which is fantastic. So I'm very pleased with this new duo from Benefit. They work very easily together and it locks in that colour and that flatness and shape all day. One thing I keep forgetting to mention in all my videos is when I have discount codes for brands. So when I mentioned the Delilah lip oil at the beginning, can you see now how rosy my lips are, by the way? Honestly, I love it. I have a 20% or 22, sorry I can't remember, at least 20% anyway, discount, and you'll find that code below. I love Delilah Cosmetics. I'll try to remember as I go through if I've got any of the discount codes for you, but they are all written below. So now on to the surprise entry of my favourites for the month, and this featured in my Chanel video recently as a complete fail. This is Lumiere de Lotion, and this is an illuminator, and I tried this at the end of my makeup routine across my cheeks and it just looked awful. It was too glittery and way too much and didn't suit me at all. And a lot of the people watching my video kindly mentioned that I should be putting this underneath my makeup. So I tried this literally underneath the foundation and I'm loving it. So I'm going to swirl this around here with my BK Beauty 109, and this is where I'm going to put it, pretty much in the areas I put highlighter at the end normally. Now this is something I've only ever tried in the past with a cream highlighter or illuminator, putting it underneath. I never would have thought of doing it with a powder, to be honest. So can you see now, it is quite huge, the shine on it. But this will really work very well as my makeup layers on top. Again, I need to be careful not to go mad, so that's enough. And straight in with my foundation, and the foundation I've been loving this month is the Makeup Forever Hydra Glow. I have this in shade 1N06, which is a perfect match for me. And using my BK Beauty 101 foundation brush, I'm only using now 1 pump of this, and this is something I think the Victoria Beckham primer has basically allowed me, because it's given me a tiny bit of coverage underneath, it's evened out my skin tone, and it's given me enough moisture. And I think it just means that I need a little bit less, and using less of this is preventing the caking issue, which if anyone saw my review of this foundation, I did find a bit of caking around the nose and chin area, which certainly happened more towards the end of the day. But doing it this way, I'm getting no caking and I'm getting a lovely, healthy, natural glow from it, which I really like. So there's just 1 pump on my face, and I really love the way that this sits on my skin. Can you see that Chanel highlighter just peeking through without looking like it did on top when I tried it before? Beautiful, isn't it? Now the concealer I found that works the best with this foundation is actually this Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Concealer. I'm using shade 4.5 Fair below my eyes and here on my eyelids, because this is a bit deeper and has a bit more of a colour correcting tone to it for me. And then shade 2 Fair in all my other areas. And using my BK Beauty A506, this is the Angie Hot and Flashy, perfect pore shaped concealer brush. I'm just dabbing this in. I've just forgotten another discount code as I say that. I've got a Charlotte Tilbury 15% off discount code, which you will find below in my details. So I find this concealer pairs beautifully with this new Hydra Glow foundation. I think they have a very similar sort of formula and they complement each other well. They both give that sort of glow. I don't know if you can see up close here just how well this concealer is meeting with the foundation, because for me I get terrible caking here and collecting in fine lines, but using these two together, they just work so well. They don't irritate each other, which often happens with me. So yeah, it's reminded me as well just how much I love this concealer, because it's not a new one and I have used it a lot in the past, but I've been using other ones. Now I've pulled it out again. It's getting back to my favourite, I think. I'm using my Givenchy Prisme Libre Shade 3 powder, just quickly setting the under eye and the eyelid. And now contouring the face using my Victoria Beckham Contour Stylus wand in shade Marble. Not a new product, but this works just brilliantly with this look. This is one of the easiest to blend contours I've used. I really enjoy it. One new contour I have used this month is from the NATASHA DENONA palette, which I've really enjoyed, the powder bronze shades in there, contour shades. But I'm not going to use powder today, I'm sticking to cream, so that is a new product which I'm enjoying for that purpose, but it wouldn't work today, so I'm sticking with my creams. Now I've been trying a new cream blush this month, so I wanted to use a cream bronzer underneath, so I've gone back into an old one. This is the ANASTASIA Beverly Hills, and this is in Golden Tan shade. This was actually one of the very first cream bronzers I ever tried, and I went back to it the other day and I couldn't believe how much I still love this one. I'm using as well here the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Bronzer brush, and this is for me the only one I use for cream bronzers usually, because it is perfect for distribution, even distribution. But just look now how this bronzer, especially with it being a sort of warm tone, I tend to go for cooler tone. So if you have my skin tone, I think you'd be surprised how this shade just works so naturally and so perfectly on me. And you don't even see any edges at the moment, just a tiny bit of colour is going on. Just literally melts into my skin in a flash. I think it's the most natural colour I've ever found for my skin tone. I just love it. And now for blush, I'm using a brand new blush I've just received in PR from Sigma Beauty. This is in shade Core de Rosa. Now I've only ever tried eyeshadows from Sigma, so this was completely new to me and I honestly didn't really expect much. Using my BK Beauty 109, just look now how perfect this is with this bronzer and that bit of highlight underneath that I showed you earlier. This colour, look, is gorgeous. And just like the bronzer, can you see how it's just melted in naturally? I was just blown away by this one, to be honest. It's so beautiful. Not terribly dark, but it can be built up. It can get a lot more powerful than this. There, see that combination now? I think the whole setup of the primer, the HYDRA Glow foundation, the illuminator underneath, or luminizer, and then the bronzer in that beautiful shade, and then this blush is giving me the most natural, glowy, easy to use, easy to apply finish I've found in such a long time. And since I've done this now about 3 or 4 times, I did not expect this combination to work. It wasn't sort of planned, I was just trying things out, but I absolutely love it. And a few people have commented on how glowy my skin is and natural looking, so I just love this combination. So back in with some of my Givenchy Prisme Libre powder, and I'm going to set my T-zone. I'm going to be a bit careful not to set my full face at the moment. I want to keep that glow. Now onto eyeshadows. Now these are the 2 eyeshadows I've tried this month that I love, and I really find it hard to choose which one to put on today, which one is my top. This new one here from Dior is absolutely stunning and perfect for spring, and I love the look I created with this. There is a video of all of this release and I try this on if you wanted to see it. But this one just about takes the top spot for me because of this blue shade, and this is the shade, this is the Quad from Chanel, number 78 Rivage. So easy to put this on. I can just create a really quick look with it and I love it. So I go in with this shimmer here, sort of second lightest, and then going into this deeper brown. I'm using all my BK Beauty brushes as I usually do. Run this underneath and then bring it up, and then taking it up to the inner corner and bring it over to meet the shimmer here. And now using my finger, I'm going in with this beautiful blue, which is why, look, just look. This is why this is my favourite this month, and possibly my favourite Chanel eyeshadow quad ever. And then using the lightest shade, the inner corner and under the brow. Now I've not used the NATASHA DENONA palette, which I absolutely love, and the reason for that really is because it's a complete look, so I wouldn't be able to use any of the other products and show you. I'd have to use the whole thing really. But I am going to go into this one here to just line underneath my eyes here because I love this one. This one's called Statement. And using my Charlotte Tilbury liner pen, this just gives the perfect cream under eye liner for me. And now I have the new Lisa Eldridge Kitten Flick eyeliner, which has just been launched in the last week. This is very easy for getting in tightly here without creating too much of a mess. It's one of the easiest ones I've used, definitely. And I don't like to create too much of a flick, just a small one here, which I then join up to the eye. And one thing that's very important here with mature eyes like mine is when you've got this sort of hooded area and you've got wrinkles basically here, look how this line looks just right now, but if I open my eyes, can you see how it looks very different? And that's because I've concentrated more on applying it with my eyes completely naturally looking directly at the mirror rather than like this, because if I did it like this it really would look dreadful then when I close my eyes. I don't tend to use pens like this because I do find them so tricky, especially when you've got more wrinkly eyelids. It can just spread up, but this is definitely one of the easier ones to use. I do then go back in with a bit of this blue eyeshadow just to sort of blur the edges a little bit so it's not too crisp, because I don't like it to be too crisp on me. And now take a little bit of the blue underneath the eye. And to finish the Kitten look, Lisa Eldridge has launched her new Kitten mascara. And here's the wand. Now this mascara is already becoming a firm favourite of mine. See how it gives me an instant lift. Separates my lashes, is super lightweight. It's waterproof, smudge proof. It can be built up, certainly not clumping at all. It just gives me fine, separated, longer lashes, which is exactly what I'm looking for in a mascara personally. So that's 2 coats of that mascara, which I really, really love. Now with my Chanel luminizer here, I do not need anything else. I think it's given me the perfect highlight, so I would not add to this. But I'm going to show you this anyway. This is one of the Dior Forever Glow Maximizers. And like I said, I don't need this extra glow, but I had to include it in my favourites because I love these as much as creating this underglow that I did with Chanel, so I just had to add them. And this is one of my favourite shades. I like peachy and I like pink. That's not to say I don't like all of them actually. Those are my 2 favourites. I'm just putting a tiny bit of pink here. It really is absolutely beautiful. I've really enjoyed these. I like using them on the eyes and cheeks together. I like using this one as a blush and highlight all in one. Really lovely. Same with the peach. These are the 2 that I think have the most of multi-function for me. And talking of Mega Glow, Iconic London released this, their Lit and Luminous highlighter. This is in a universal shade, and this one, it reminds me quite a lot of the Rare Beauty. I really, really like it. There's a swatch of it there. Now obviously I can't put this on my cheeks because it will start to get a bit ridiculous, but I do love this one across the cheeks and in all my highlight areas. But today I'm just adding a little bit down the nose. Can you see the shine? And Cupid's bow. So if I wasn't using cream products, this would be my go-to highlighter this month, and definitely one of the best I've tried in a while. And now for lipstick, I'm actually going back to one I tried last month that I've started using more. I don't know why I didn't really go back to it after reviewing it because it's gorgeous, and that is this one from Pat McGrath. This is Nude Nocturne, and this is from her Heart's Desire range, the Valentine's range. And this one, when I first tried it, I actually used it as blush and lipstick, and it looked so good together, so I can't do that for you today, but it is beautiful. Now I'm gliding this on almost like a balm, even though it's a matte lipstick. And the reason for that is my Delilah lip oil, which has very much been absorbed into my lips, but it's just left enough. My lips absorb the matte so much nicer and it's so much more comfortable. Even though Pat McGrath's matte lipsticks are quite hydrating for a matte, to be fair, they're very comfortable, but it's so much better and it gives me so much more longevity when I do this. I get about 4 or 5 hours out of this lipstick by using that lip oil underneath. In fact, I will put a tiny bit on my cheeks just to show you. I'll just put a dab of it on my hand here. I'm going to go in with my BK109. So I've got a little bit on there. this is just, look at this colour. Beautiful. It's so nice to have the matching cheek to lip. I'll just go back in with my Charlotte Tilbury brush, the ones I use for bronzer. Let's just ground the edges of that. And I'll finish the look with this gloss from Victoria Beckham in shade Martini. This is her first shimmery gloss. And here's the doe foot. It's a bit messy because, as you can see, I often add this on top of coloured lipsticks. This gives a lovely sparkle look, but without being too much. So I'm now going to set this with my Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. Loads of it. And now my setting spray has all set down and completely locked everything in for the day, which, trust me, that setting spray does. Now I'm going to go in with the Prisme Libre all over, which is something I didn't do at the beginning, and that was why, because I wanted to do it here at the end. This for me just gives the ultimate locked in makeup, which will make sure nothing budges. And obviously it's taking down the shine, because now the shine has gone completely crazy. So there we have it. That's my full face of February favourites. I really enjoyed everything I've tried today, and so many other things that I haven't included because I can't get them all on my face. But I thought I'd try this instead of just showing you every single product, because you've probably already seen them in reviews if you watch my channel. I just wanted to show you the ones that I keep going back to, and the ones that are really impressing me. And if I had to pick just one from this entire month, it would be this Chanel eyeshadow, because I just adore it. But this combination on my face, the combination of the Makeup Forever HYDRA Glow foundation with that Chanel highlight underneath, luminizer, not highlight, I keep saying that, and the bronzer and the cream blush. I just love the way my skin looks, and trust me, it stays like this all day. When I go to bed and wash this off, this is how my cheeks look. So I'm loving this combination. It's really mature skin friendly, and it makes me feel so healthy and alive. So I hope you've enjoyed this. If you've got any questions about any of these products, please message me below and I'll do my very best to help you. I've put links below for everything I've tried, the brushes and the products, and there's discount codes for lots of the brands that I've tried here today. You'll find them all below, so that'll save you a bit of money. And just for transparency, they also give me some commission when you use them, which helps me to be able to afford the makeup I buy for review. So that helps my channel to keep going as well. So I'm very grateful when you use them. So I hope you've enjoyed this content, and if you have, I would love it so much if you liked and subscribe below, and comment and chat amongst ourselves really about all the products I tried today. Have you got a favourite? Have you tried any of these products? Which one did you like the most? And which one haven't you bought but you'd like to pick up? I'd love to know any of those things below, because I absolutely love chatting with you below. It's the best thing, best moment of my week. So that's all from me for now, and I hope to see all of you for my next video. Take care everybody, bye!